Okay, this is the main counter for the Calgary location. There are the counter bodies already set in place. There are 5 counter bodies. One there, 2, 3, 4, 5 counter bodies. There are your 3 countertops. 1, 2, 3, and that's your laptop charging cart. Everything goes together with wing bolts. You got 24 of these for your main counter, the horseshoe shaped counter for Calgary, and then we're sending in a few shims so you can level everything off when you wing bolt everything together. So now we're going to show you how to put all that together. Notice the combination of washers on these wing bolts. If you use the wing bolt alone and you tighten it in place, the tendency will be for it to sometimes come right through the laminate countertop. So you definitely want to use the wing bolts only in combination with washers to sort of reduce the length of the bolt itself so it doesn't come through the other end, especially on the countertops. When fastening all the cabinets together, in the sides of all the cabinets are holes. They either have threaded fasteners or they're just clearance holes. And they mate with the opposite wall in the opposite cabinet, in the adjacent cabinet. Trick is to align those holes generally and then insert the wing bolts through, and they will thread into the opposite hole. You may have to use shims to help bring the cabinets into being level to one another. Suggestion is to just hand tighten the wing bolts loosely to start, because you'll also need to run all of your cables, I suppose, under the cabinet bodies and through holes in the cabinet floors, and then up through the grommet holes in the countertops. To put the countertops on, suggest doing the center one of the 3 first. Fit together before you bolt them onto the cabinet bodies. Then they wing bolt in place onto the cabinet bodies. This is the most important when you have your wing bolts in combination with your washers. The charging station for the laptops, this cart will be able to lock into the open cabinet in the setup. So this is to show you that. Can you wheel it in, Brian? And then you grab the aluminum pole and start at this end. Thread it through the eyelets, and then insert your padlocks in the proper holes. And presto, that locks it in. There are a few features to point out about the cart. The panel with the handle on it lifts up and out. And that should expose 4 power bar areas. This would be the suggested end where you would probably anchor your laptop power packs. We are suggesting you Velcro them right to the back edge of each of these shelves, kind of a left and a right side of each shelf. For instance, piece of Velcro. You could stick a power pack there, plug them into the power bars, which feed out either ends of the panel with the handle. The taller counter for Calgary is pictured as follows. This is the side with the printer shelf and the cabinet doors. We'll go around the side, I guess, where the different customers might sit. Okay, so the parts list for the taller counters. You've got 2 counter bodies. You've got 1 countertop. You've got 2 posts, left and right, for your header. You've got 2 horizontal header panels. The headers secure with machine screws. You've got 8 of those. Those are number 10-32 machine screws. You've got a few extra shims to level your bodies when you do your install. And there's your screwdriver to tighten your machine screws on the header. You've also got the printer shelf on this side. All the doors have locks on them, and the key will be in the lock. It will ship in the lock. So step 1 is to take your 2 cabinet bodies, place them side by side, shim them so that they're level, and then insert your wing bolts into the appropriate holes and tighten. Okay, we're going to show you the countertop. Place it on the top accordingly. Square holes on the door side. Now the posts go up through the underside, so like so, and they just get sandwiched between the countertop and the cabinet body. Then the countertop gets placed into position. Once you go inside, the wing bolt holes will all align inside each of the cabinets. Okay, now we're going to throw the wing bolts in the countertop. Now you can screw your headers on in place. With the screwdriver and the machine screws provided. The header is double-sided, so after you do this side, there's another panel to go on the other side. 4 bolts for each panel. Okay, we're going to show you how to put the shelf in. So, if you can lift it up there, Brian. The 4 slots mate with the tabs on the back side of the shelf. And then underneath each tab, each L bracket, give it a bump. And it should just fall. And that's it. It just sits there.